Hello and congratulations. You have arrived at the second half. I'm your host, Cinder Coleman Miller. Connect with us every Thursday at 10 o'clock a.m. on the New Orleans Talk Network as we discuss issues pertaining to the most exciting and prolific generation of our times, the baby boomers. So for information, resources, and booming entertainment, meet us at the second half, brought to you by the Boomers Lifestyle Network.
I'm living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's...
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Hi, I'm Evangelist Melanie Pichon. Listen, I'd like to invite you to view our Forgiven Talk Show every Thursday from 11 a.m. Central Standard Time until 12 noon. We talk about issues, we talk about challenges, we talk about those things really that other folks don't want to talk about. Listen, if you want to talk about something, if you want to give us some suggested ideas, comment below and we'll do our best to get at you. Remember, every Thursday from 11 a.m. Central Standard Time until 12 noon, the Forgiven Talk Show.
The New Orleans Talk Network.
Everybody, it's your girl Rhonda M. Lawson, and I am back with a new edition of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And tonight, you know, the last few weeks, we've had people kind of calling in and tuning in from different countries, and we're going to still have somebody in from another country tonight. But we have this beautiful young lady in the studio with us, Miss Chirstine Penn. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
All right. And
doing good.
Now, Miss Ashante Halsey is also joining us all the way in from Germany. What's going on, Miss Ashante? Can you hear us yet? Okay, she's talking, but I can't hear her, so we're going to let them go ahead and fix that up while we go ahead and just start the conversation. But tonight is going to be really, really fun. So we want you guys to go ahead and get your questions ready. If you have questions about hair care, if you have questions about relationships, if you have questions about writing books, this is going to be the show for you because we're going to be talking about all of that. But before we get started, I do want to pay a quick honor to Dr. Martin Luther King. Today is the 50th anniversary of when he was assassinated.
Yeah, awesome, yeah. Yeah, he's done a lot for us, you know.
Yeah, he really has. I mean,
life.
and I put it on my Facebook page. Who who says that a dream
Right.
cannot change the world?
Yes.
I mean, he had a dream that actually did change the world.
Yes, it did. Change millions of people.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
from all walks of life. You know, so yeah, he's made a big contribution to the world today.
And what I actually enjoyed, there was actually a white reporter who was talking today. And she was talking about the change that Dr. King made in her life and the people around her. So it wasn't just black people who were impacted by
all people.
exactly
From all walks of life.
right. And that's what I really appreciate about what he did, and I appreciate about what he was able to inspire in this country.
Right.
So I really wanted to make sure that we paid homage to him tonight. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me see. Ashante, can you hear us yet? Wait, I think they're turning you up. Okay, I tell you what, we're going to take a quick commercial break so we can go ahead and get Ashante into the conversation. And when we get back, we're going to go ahead and just jump in. So stay right there, get those questions ready, because this is going to be an interactive show. We want to see your questions. We want to hear your questions. So we'll be right back.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on a golf course that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Hi, I'm Evangelist Melanie Pichon. Listen, I'd like to invite you to view our Forgive and Talk show every Thursday from 11 a.m. Central Standard Time until 12 noon. We talk about issues, we talk about challenges, we talk about those things really that other folks don't want to talk about. Listen, if you want to talk about something, if you want to give us some suggested ideas, comment below and we'll do our best to get at you. Remember, every Thursday from 11 a.m. Central Standard Time until 12 noon, the Forgive and Talk show.
And we're back. So we're ready to go ahead and get this party started. So first we're going to go ahead and start it off with Miss Chirstine Penn. It's been a while since we've seen each other.
Yeah, it's been a long time, Rhonda, since we've seen one another. First of all, I want to give a shout out to you for the platform that you are giving people here in New Orleans to local authors, local representatives to get the word out of their talent. And I remember when we first met, we was at the Black Literature, and I was an upcoming author.
Yes, Chirstine was one of our very first authors. Okay. So Chirstine was one of our very first authors who participated in my very first event, which was the Black History Month New Orleans Literary Weekend. The first event was in February 2017, and it was a great event. It was the very first time we had ever done it. I was still new to the city, but we were able to pull it off, and it turned out to be beautiful, and I really appreciate you just taking a chance and jumping in there.
Yeah, you know, I remember I met a lot of phenomenal authors like myself who was just coming up, and I met so many people. I've learned along the way, you know. So it was real interesting. It really was. It gave me a platform that I didn't even know I had, you know, getting the book out there,
Yes.
you know, so and the thing was, the book wasn't even out.
It really wasn't, and you made such a good impression on people. And I mean, and I thought that was really great of you. But your book wasn't even released yet, and you said, "I still want to be a part of this event. I know I don't have a book yet, but I'm going to still promote." And you did it.
Yes, I did.
And people bought your book.
Yes, they have bought it. Yes, they really have bought the book. And I wanted to say, I really appreciate it, you guys. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here on this platform. So yeah, the writing the book it's been very interesting. You know, I've had a lot of returns back from the book, a lot of positive feedback. I've had a lot of testimonies from the book. So it's a blessing when you can be a blessing to someone else.
Awesome. So tell us about Girl Stop Tripping.
Girl, stop tripping.
Yeah, she was tripping when she wrote that book.
This book is a book that I feel that when a woman, because it's catered mostly to women, but men can learn a lot about it. But this is a book that I feel that you should pick up when you're at your wit's end. Because this book will give you inspiration, encouragement, determination. It's going to motivate you. It's going to just make you become a superwoman.
Okay.
You know, conquering things that maybe you thought you couldn't conquer, whether it's a bad relationship, a bad family relationship, how, you know, just going through things as women that we do every day, you know, different relationship patterns and everything.
But now, what's in the book that makes people feel like they can be superwoman?
Me.
Okay, there you go. Christine's hand will make you superwoman. You heard it here first. You heard it here.
To be honest, the book, it was a goal of mine. And I have to talk about the book because the book was actually a goal of mine. I set a lot of goals and I have a lot of visions. So actually, to be honest with you, I wrote the book for myself.
Okay.
Because it was a way of me freeing myself from my...
Kind of advice to yourself?
Yeah, advice to myself and freeing myself from my past. A lot of hurts and disappointments and letdowns because, you know, growing up as a young girl without a mother's guidance is pretty hard.
Yes. And I remember when I read that part of the book, I mean, that really struck me, and how you talked about that relationship.
Yeah, you know, it was strenuous. You know, she was always here and there, and just, she never was really apart, you know. So growing up, you know, going from family member to family member, trying to find out who I was as a young girl, even as a young woman, was difficult. So going on that journey, you know, you counter a lot of things that you have to learn to deal with and overcome.
Okay, and now sometimes when we watch movies, or maybe when we read books or watch plays, sometimes we make it seem like that change where we actually start to overcome, where we get past, you know, what's happened in the past and we start to get better. We make it seem like it's something that happens in a day.
No, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. I mean, there's still times in my life where I still reminisce, but with God's help and, you know, with his guidance, I've gotten through it, because we do need a higher power.
Yes.
We do need Christ in our lives at this point sometimes to help us get over some of our dilemmas, because sometimes things that happen in our lives are, they're life-changing. And sometimes we get over them, sometimes we never get over them.
And that's true. I mean, and just because you don't get over it doesn't mean that you can't move on.
Exactly. Even though I've been through the obstacles I've been through, believe it or not, they've made me the person I am today.
Okay. And that's what I'm talking about. And that's what I want to see happen. You know, because we all have had experiences in our lives that have kind of shaped us into who we are today. And now what I do like about the book is that you don't really pull punches with it. I mean, you make it very clear that women need to, instead of chasing after men, they need to chase after a relationship with God.
Exactly.
But at the same time, you come across kind of as almost a big sister.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, I guess that's the motherly wit.
Oh, the motherly wit.
The book do say motherly wit. So, you know, it's about helping one another, especially us as women. We have to help one another.
But now, do you think, because there are women out there who feel like they're helping people, but they come across more critical than maybe just kind of understanding them or maybe empathizing with them, because it's sometimes we've been there. But sometimes we don't want to come across like we've been there. We sometimes come across like we're on a pedestal and we're looking down on the person. And then the person doesn't want to hear what we have to say.
But what we have to remember is everybody
we don't want to come across like we've been there.
Exactly.
We sometimes come across like
And
we're
we
on a
keep those
pedestal and we're
skeletons in
looking
your
down
closet,
on the
how would they
person.
ever come
And then the person doesn't want to hear
Those
what
are
we
life
Sometimes we
lessons.
don't want them to
But
come
what
out
we
because
have to
I have put myself
Everybody
in a
gotta come across
position.
like we've been there.
I mean, people respect me. On a pedestal. I got 9 degrees. I mean, people, I'm mentoring people. People don't need to know.
No, but people learn from your experiences.
Yes.
And you're giving people hope.
Yes.
When you can say, I've been there, but look at me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been there, but look at me.
Yes.
You know, I've been down, but now I'm up. You know, we can emphasize, but until you walk in someone's shoes, you really don't know what you would do. Experience is a great teacher.
Very much so.
So experience makes us who we are today.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So basically, that's it. Experience. You know, you have to take life as it comes, but it's not where you've been; it's where you're going.
There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Where you're going,
Yeah.
because it's a process.
It
Some
is.
people say it's not where you've been; it's where you're at. I've heard that in a rap song once upon a time.
No, that's not it. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. It's not where you're at. It's where you're going.
Right, because it's all a process.
It is a process, and sometimes it's a hard process, but you got to keep at it and don't give up.
So now what's next for Girl Stop Tripping?
Well, Girl Stop Tripping has a sequence, a second one, and it's called Girl Get It Right.
Girl, stop tripping and get it right. I like that.
Yeah, we need to get it right.
And sometimes we do it, and it's amazing because, I mean, I'm not ashamed to say many of the lessons that I learned in life, I didn't learn them as a teenager. I was still making the mistakes as a 20-year-old, sometimes even as a 30-year-old.
But the thing, like you said, you learned.
Yeah.
A mistake is a mistake if you haven't learned anything from it. But if you learned and you grown from it, then it's not a mistake.
It's a lesson.
learning
Yeah.
and a lesson process.
Exactly.
So yeah, definitely.
So what's Girl Get It Right?
Girl Get It Right is second sequence of Girl Stop Tripping, and basically it's just giving women an insight on how to conduct ourselves, how to live accordingly to the Word of God. Because, you know, God does the changing in the inside and reflects on the outside. You know, what you're seeing here was not something that was made overnight. It was a process, you know.
Now, what do you say to that person that says, who does this woman think she is? I'm going to write this book, Girl Stop Tripping, Girl Get It Right. I mean, how I know what she is? How's she going to give me advice on what she's doing? She not all that perfect. You know, you got people like that. What do you say?
Well, I would
them?
say pick up the book.
Okay, because you are very honest.
Yes,
you are not hiding.
No, I'm not hiding. You know, I just feel like that's the problem today. We hide a lot, and we shouldn't.
Yes.
You know, because people are watching us, and people learn by trial and error. You know, and I just think that, you know, I just feel like we should be ourselves at all times. And the thing is, if you know who you are, then you don't have a problem with being whom you are.
Okay, I like that. Repeat that one more time. I don't think everybody heard you.
The thing is, if you know who you are, you don't have a problem of whom's you are.
You heard that, y'all? I hope y'all heard
You
that.
got to know who you are. You know, are you a leader or your follower?
Amen.
Are you a builder or a destroyer?
Come on.
You got to know who you are.
Come on, come on. Now, as we're saying all of this, because it sounds like, and I've been talking to people just before I came. I went live, and I was talking about how entrepreneurs can write books to help to build their platforms, to promote their businesses, to make passive income for their businesses. So you have this book, and it sounds like you're building yourself a platform. What else are you doing with that platform?
Well, basically, I'm doing a lot of book signings, a lot of interviews, radio announcements. By the way, coming in June, I'll be in Maryland, and I'll be on Spirit 1340, and I'll be doing an interview also with an upcoming author that's wrote a book called Eyes Beyond the Valley. And her name is Dr. Adrienne Williams. And also in July, I've been invited to go to Tennessee, also to do a speaking engagement. And also, there really is an upcoming play that's in the making of the book of Girl Stop Tripping.
Okay, we're gonna have Girl Stop Tripping, the stage play.
Yes, we are. It's in the
Okay, can I be the
making.
girl that be tripping? Because see, I'm still trying to learn some things, and sometimes when you put yourself in a different position, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, it's in the making. A lot of things are coming out of Girl Stop Tripping.
Okay. But what we're going to do, we're going to take another quick break. And when we get back, we really want your questions. So if you have a question for Miss Chirstine Penn, or if you have a hair question, Ashante is standing by and she's about ready to jump in there as well. So if you have a hair question, because as you can see, I've never seen Chirstine with her hair not popping, so she knows a little bit about hair too. So we're going to be talking to Chirstine about books, plays, building that platform. We'll also be talking about relationships. We'll be talking to Ashante about international living, about poetry, and about hair, of course, and skincare. So stay with us, get those questions together, and let's go ahead and throw some questions in there when we get back. So stay right there. Readers and Shakers, it's your girl, Rhonda M. Lawson, sending you a personal invite to the Literary Lounge. Tune in to Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the best in literary conversation. Each week, a different author will join us to talk to their most important readers, you. You can also call in to ask your own questions. So don't forget, each Wednesday at 7 p.m., join us in the lounge for Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. See you there.
Hello and congratulations. You have arrived at the second half. I'm your host, Cinder Coleman Miller. Connect with us every Thursday at 10 o'clock a.m. on the New Orleans Talk Network as we discuss issues pertaining to the most exciting and prolific generation of our times, the baby boomers. So for information, resources, and booming entertainment, meet us at the second half, brought to you by the Boomers Lifestyle Network.
I'm living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
We're back, and I think we have our special guest on. So, Ashante, are you there? Okay, I can hear coming from the other room. Hold on. Ashante?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I hear you too, but unfortunately, I don't hear you in this studio. So the producer's just going to have to work on the sound and bring it in here. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody who you are, because this young lady, first of all, she is hanging in there with us because it is after 1 o'clock in the morning in the country of Germany, and she is with us, and she's awake. She took a nap early so she can be with us. So I want to appreciate that about her. The other thing I appreciate about her is that she is an entrepreneur. She has actually built a business in an entirely different country. She is the CEO of Natural For You to Love. And she has a wonderful hair and skin line, and that I'm really looking forward to trying, because I was checking out her products and they look absolutely creamy. I love a good creamy product. And I'm not talking about the creamy crack either. And as you can see, I went ahead and let out my natural hair, because normally I'm wearing wigs on my show. But I wanted to go ahead and pull out this natural hair, all in celebration of Miss Ashante Halsey. Are you there now?
Yes, I am.
Yay! So tell us a little bit about you. I already told them something that I know, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an entrepreneur, as you mentioned, and I'm an author living in abroad in Germany.
Now, you're a budding author, so and when we spoke last, you were talking about not just doing a poetry book, a book of poetry, but she was also going to take a lot of her photography and put the photography in the book, and then put the poetry basically on top of the photography. So it was going to be a kind of a picture book / poetry book.
Yes.
So are you still working that?
Yes, I am.
Yay!
By late summer, being all the latest. It's the title.
I'm sorry, what was the title?
Verses from my heart, thoughts from my mind, and landscapes about.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. Okay, I like that. Okay, I think we're getting a little bit of feedback while you're talking, so you may need to turn down your volume just a little bit. Okay, so can you still hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, that's much better. Yeah. Okay, so I really like that title because the title, it sounds like something that would intrigue me enough to pick up the book. So great job on choosing that title.
I'm unable to hear you.
Uh-oh, can you hear us still?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Now, talk to me about the photography that you plan to use.
Well, since I've lived abroad, he's a very opportunity to visit several countries. So some countries like Greece, Italy, Malta, different parts of Spain, Madrid, Barcelona.
Okay, so
But
I heard Malta, Barcelona. Malta is a place I never got a chance to go to while I was living in Europe. I mean, it's a really beautiful area, though. Okay. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing those pictures. And so before we deep in that, I really want you to also talk a bit about your skincare line and your hair care line. Can people here in the United States receive those, order those products as well?
Yes. Naturalfoodtolove.com. And we deliver both in Europe and the United States.
Okay. Okay. We're still having a little bit of a feedback problem, so we're gonna go ahead and let the producer fix that for a minute. But we do have some graphics to show of your products. If we can go ahead and show a picture of your products.
Okay.
Very beautiful labeling. So what do you think is your best-selling product right now?
Twisted cream is one of the most popular products.
Is that what you're wearing right now? Is that what you're wearing right now? The twisting cream?
Yes.
Okay, because I can see those. I don't have a real close look at you because of where I'm sitting, but those twists, I can see the twist from here. So that's a good product.
Yes, it's one of our best sellers. Most people buy that more than enjoy, especially when we have our specials.
Okay.
So where can you find it?
Yeah. What's your email or what's your website? So if somebody here,
stores?
no, you can actually order it online. Here's the website right here. We just put it up for you. NaturalforyouToLove.com.
And it's made with all natural products.
Oh wait, I'm looking at this. You have it looks like kind of a what do you call that?
Serum.
Yeah, you have a serum that you use for your hair. What does the serum do?
Well, we have actually several serums for your hair. We have one serum because a lot of individuals love to wear braids or do things that probably attention causes hair loss. So we have a couple of serums to help along with stretching.
Okay. Man, I need to try some of these products. We're going to take another just really quick break so we can just fix the the audio issue, and then as soon as we get back, I want to dive a little bit more into the curling cream as well as the serum, because the serums are something that is really good for our hair because it's really good for our scalps. Many times the hair issues that we have are because of scalp issues, not so much hair issues. So I want to jump more into that. But we're going to take a quick break and get that sound issue fixed, and then we will be right back. So if you're watching us, go ahead and start getting in those questions, because we're going to jump into the questions. We already have a couple of questions lined up, and we'll answer those as soon as we get back. So stay right there.
Okay.
Are as important as our guests. Join in on the conversation. 504-341-8255. The New Orleans Talk Network.
Oh man. Well, everybody, this is Big Homie here, where you can catch me out on Facebook at Henry HeyYoU Singleton, or you can catch me on Twitter at HeyYoU15, babe.
Yeah, you know me, just a people person right here. I ain't got no Twitter, nothing like that, so you can look me up on Facebook at Patrick Slim Goody Jones.
It's your boy Fred. Look, you can check me out on Twitter at BFredJones, baby.
Yeah, this is G with G Sports, man. You catch me on Twitter, G_paid_in_full 08.
Pay me the money. Money, money, money.
Happy Merry Mondays. It's your girl, Mary J. I want you to tune in with me to Real Talk with Mary J on New Orleans Talk Network every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Then follow me to blogtalkradio.com/Real Talk with Mary J at 10 p.m. It's going to be a Merry Monday every Monday at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. You've just tuned in to New Orleans Talk Network.
little blonde streaks early on, and it was really hard to decide. Wow, my look. When I first came here, my hair just moved when I moved, just like that. But due to the dye, the relaxers, my hair began to stretch. I was almost hairless.
Wow. So did you cut it all off?
It just broke. It didn't really fall out, but it just continued to break because of the coarseness of the water. My mother, who's a licensed cosmetologist, and would say, I said, Mom, my hair, my crown. And she said, well, girl, baby, you're gonna have to use the creamy crack or the dye. You can't do both. And I'm like, oh, I'm too young to be walking around looking like this. Okay, so I decided to say, okay, we're gonna ditch the crack. It's not crack, not good for you anyway, you know. And I would start like, what do I use? Mom, what am I gonna use? And I would buy all these products. And because of the coarseness of the water here, it didn't work. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I started saying, what was that stink stuff Grandma used to use? And Auntie so-and-so, what about this? So there were just a lot of different natural remedies that were out there. So I started doing a lot of research, creating my own products. And I was like, oh, I like this. And I would go to one of the neighboring community bases. People say, oh, your hair, what are you using in it? And I would say, oh, just something I threw together. And this lady said, well, really? Well, can you give me some for my daughter? And I said, oh, I can just give you the recipe.
Okay.
And she said, I ain't got time for that. Okay. So that was the beginning. And I said, people are not going to. I have a friend, a dear friend, who's a big supporter of mine. And I was telling him, I said, can you believe this lady they're asking me for these products? And he said, God is blessing you.
Yes.
And you just like saying, no, Lord, here, giving it away. So, and that really was the beginning of just taking something that I love doing. I mean, I could stay up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning doing things, saying, oh, let me try this, and saying, hey, well, you remember you told me that you had these skin issues? I really think this is going to work for you. Would you try this and just let me know what you think?
So you were actually building your influencers as you went along.
In a way, yes. I didn't realize it at the time, but yes. And then from there, doing several hair symposiums from Heidelberg, Stuttgart, Germany, Ramstein, Germany also.
And were all these in the military communities, or were you actually going out into the local community as well?
Well, one of the in Heidelberg, we did one in the local community because we have a lot of individuals who don't have access to even the products that most of us have access to, being a part of, connected to the military here in Germany. So that was and not knowing how to maintain hair. You have a lot of questions about, well, am I supposed to shampoo my hair every day? I'm shampooing my hair every day. It's dry. So really not knowing about how to take care of not just hair, but African-American hair.
Yes.
The texture, our hair texture is very diverse.
Yeah, there are still non-African-American women who cannot believe that we don't wash our hair every single day.
No, we don't. I don't.
Yeah, we can't. If we wash our hair every single day, it's going to be very brittle. It's going to be dry. We're going to strip all the oils.
Right.
And so there are women who don't believe, who can't believe that we don't wash our hair every day. I mean,
very true.
I'm sure you probably ran across that too.
Yes, and a lot of individuals. And in my classrooms, I would have a lot of mothers who are not black, but their children are, and they would say, "Can you help me? Can you help me teach me how to do my daughter's hair?
Yeah.
Or my son's hair doesn't act right." and just walking them through the steps of how to manipulate their hair in a manner, and they're like, wow, I wish I had, when they went from having hair they really detested to hair that they love. I'm like, your hair is your blessing.
Yes. And you're right. And I think that's probably something that almost every woman, no matter what culture she is or what race she is, goes through it. I mean, women who were born with straight hair wish they had curly hair. Curly hair, they wish they had straight hair. You'll hear many times women with 4C textured hair, like myself, who are saying, oh, I wish I had 4A hair or that 3C hair. I wanted to be curly like that girl on YouTube. So, you know, we're really just starting to learn to embrace our natural textures.
Yeah, really.
Yes, I find myself often telling people, because, you know, bad hair. I often find myself saying bad hair is non-existent.
Yeah.
We were all given what we needed.
Right.
And if I had, like, I have a mix of 4A, 4B, and 4C on one crown. So I tell them, I say, you know, everything we need on this journey, we already have.
Yes,
But
yes.
it's embracing that which you have.
Right.
Yes.
And, yes, I love your hair, but not as much as I love mine.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Come on now.
Yeah.
You know, and it's okay to uplift you about the way, you know, your curl. I'm like, wow, her curls just coil. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
But though that coil is not for me, this is mine.
Yes.
And when you asked earlier, Rhonda, with my hair journey, it was trying to stop comparing my hair to everyone else's hair.
That's just like
And when I sat back and started accepting my hair for what it is, I was able to see the beauty.
Oh, wow.
Yes, yes, love it. Now, you know, it's a funny thing, not to cut you off. I was on Facebook earlier today, and apparently there's a blog going around that says that many natural hair women have low self-esteem.
That's not true.
I said the same thing. I said, who wrote this
I'm
film?
bald on the side. It takes boldness to be bald on the side.
Yes.
I just covered it up, that's it. But I wear my hair in many different looks.
Mm-hmm.
You have to embrace who you are, you know. Like she just said, God give us all what he needed us to have in order to be whom we are.
Yes.
So you have to embrace who you are, whether you have short hair, long hair. That doesn't make you.
Mm-hmm.
Hair doesn't make you who you are.
Now, I will say, though, is while we're talking about hair, what if we do want to embrace our hair, but we want it to be the best that it can possibly be? And I was talking to you a little earlier. You said that your best seller are the curling cream, the twisting cream.
Twisting cream, caramelized botanicals. And caramelized botanicals is something that's for thin, very dense hair, thin hair, straight, curly, for any hair type.
Okay.
It really goes in, it detoxes your hair of impurities, and it cleans your hair without stripping it of all its moisture.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to have to try some of these products. Now, you just saw the website pop up, Natural for You to Love. That's natural, the number 4, U, Y-O-U, the number 2, L-U-V. Did I say it correctly?
Yes, you did, Rhonda.
Yes! Okay, now we were also talking a little bit earlier about your poetry book. And that's when we had a little bit of a sound issue, but I heard you say that you had photos of Malta and Barcelona and Germany. Were there some other countries that you were going to throw in there?
Greece, England, Barcelona, Malta, different areas in Greece, from the mainland to several islands there. Mallorca.
Yes, Mallorca. That's a beautiful area.
Just a few of my travels, so.
Okay, so you're just going to take some of your photos and you're actually going to put poetry along with the photo, or the photo that makes sense with the poem, I'm guessing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. See,
and most of the portraits pictures are of landscape and or monuments, cathedrals, tassels, just different things that you see in a greater concentration outside of the United States.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Okay.
Awesome. So they have stories behind.
So you can ask her.
So the portrait will have stories behind them.
Yes.
It's going to tell a story,
Yes.
or adventure, or something you've experienced.
Yes, they will tell experiences from vocational experiences from circumstance. Some are similar to they're more of a monologue, and they are. It's me really when I say thoughts from my mind versus from my heart. Just sharing. Sometimes when you sit and you ask God, how can I say this and be tactful about it?
Sometimes you can't. You just got to say it.
Yeah, now see, Chirstine knows all about that. Chirstine doesn't put any tact behind what she has to say. She just gonna throw it at you.
I mean, how, you just gotta say it. What other way can you do it but just say it? You know, I think people appreciate honesty more than we think. I really do.
That's a good point. Very good point.
People have more respect for people that are honest with them than people that lie or give them false hope. I think people appreciate honesty more than what we're willing to admit.
And I also think that when you're saying things, presentation is a lot. A presentation is a lot.
Right.
You want others to be receptive. You want them to receive what you're saying so that they can receive their full benefit, especially for something. Because in life, like you all were speaking earlier, oftentimes in life, I don't have to experience that part of the journey for myself. I should be able to benefit from your experience in the journey.
Yes.
But I should be able to trust your part in the journey well enough for me to benefit from that and step over that and keep moving.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, every mistake is not meant for us to make. Sometimes we have to learn from someone else's mistake or someone else's journey.
But when you don't trust that person or you don't have any faith in that individual,
right,
then that makes a difference. A lot of times we have to be examples, and we have to show more than talk. We have to be more like, show me, you know, because people learn from what they've shown more than what they've taught. I'm a type of person, action speaks louder than words. So show me. You know, if you haven't been through nothing, how can you tell me how to get through it? If you never built a house, how can you tell me how to build a house?
That's true.
You have to take advice from somebody who's been where you're going or going where you want to go.
So I do want to jump into a couple of questions, and we're just going to throw questions kind of back and forth a little bit. But the first question is actually going to be a hair question. What advice would you give to a woman who is trying to grow her hair out? I mean, you hear a lot about women who want this really long hair, and there are some women who concentrate more on long hair and less on the health of the hair. And while some people say they're concentrating more on the health than the length, but what about these ladies who want both?
It's more likely to have both, because you can have long hair without healthy hair.
That's true.
Because healthy hair, it not only feels healthy, or it doesn't just look healthy. It is healthy. The feel of it, the texture, the silkiness, the smoothness of your hair, the cuticle being able to lay down.
Okay, you went into a whole different place with that one. Love it. I love it.
I love my hair too. Trust me, I love it.
So for those individuals that are seeking for long, healthy hair, I would say to start with the scalp maintenance. Hair grows out of your scalp. You need to make sure that you are taking care of your scalp, that you're not applying a lot of stressors to your hair, a lot of tension to your hair at the roots. But making sure that and just like a plant, our hair needs moisture.
Yes.
Making sure that we are keeping our hair. not moist, not a lot of manipulation to our hair. Baby in your hair like you baby you.
There you go.
Love it.
I love that little shoulder thing she does, though.
I wouldn't stick my skin in scalding hot water. That's why I wouldn't put my hair in scalding hot water.
Right.
Even here, like going on a spa retreat, you do warm, is warm for a while, and you go from warm to cool to cold, and then you go on the reverse. So making sure that you're doing things like, because cold water actually locks in the moisture in your hair. So even going through that process of when you're cleaning your hair, you want to make sure that you're using warm to lukewarm water, never hot. And then adding, going through whether it's your deep treatment. And that's another thing. A lot of people just want to shampoo their hair and fix up and style. I just need to look good. Doesn't look good. And looking good and being good are two different things.
Come on now.
So,
shoot, that's a question. That's a question for your book right there.
Yeah, get it right. But looking good and for your hair to both to look and feel healthy.
Right. Making
sure that you keep your hair moisturized. Get a regimen. The same regimen doesn't work well for everyone.
Right.
Yes.
It's not like when you have a relaxer. When you have a relaxer, it's pretty much one process works for everyone.
Right.
Some people just have to depend on the hair growth process. Some people have to get a relaxer a little sooner than others. So when you have natural hair, it's not a one-size-fits-all. So you have to really find the hair regimen that works best for you. But for all hair regimens, you need to have a process where you are deep conditioning your hair, applying that moisture to your hair. And you don't have to apply moisture daily, but you should be applying moisture at least every 2 to 3 days. Protecting your hair at night when you're sleeping. A lot of protective styles, I know a lot of people do protective styles like braids over time, too many braids, depending on who your braider is, can damage your scalp.
And we do know that there are certain braiders out there. We will not be naming names or anything, but there are certain groups of braiders out there who braid rather tight.
Yeah, it do.
And I used to get my hair braided, and I would have to hold on to the braid and kind of pull up as she was going down, because if I didn't, my braid would be super tight. And I told her, especially around my edges, because I already have thin edges, I don't want those tight braids. And so she always knew that she could not go too tight with me. And if that meant I had to get my braids changed in a month instead of 2 months, then that's what I did.
Right. And hair massage is also good. I know many of us, we like to go and have someone massage our bodies, you know, release the tension, help to relax us.
But I think
it
is.
Yes.
Yeah.
It relaxes.
Gets the blood
takes
flowing.
the tension off.
Yeah.
Even when you're stressed, I do it.
Oh, this feels good.
Yeah, it does.
No.
It does.
All right, I'm going to see y'all next week.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Now, I do have a question for you as well, Chirstine. What advice would you give a young woman who feels like she's been, you know, there are a lot of women out there who say, I'm waiting on God to send me a man. But they don't go nowhere.
I'm going to answer that and say wait. The question being is, I have a story to tell. Me being a woman, and I was away, and I was living in Maryland, and I was praying for a husband. Because I got tired of being single, and I got tired of going from relationship to relationship.
Yes.
And you know, the Bible says you have not because you ask not. So I took God at His word, and I made a request.
Okay.
And I requested 26 characteristics I wanted.
I can see you not going through all 26 of those characteristics.
And I can name a couple. I'm going to tell you, ladies, I went from every being of me, from how I want to be treated, how I want to be loved, how I want to be taken care of, even sexually.
Okay.
Because you know us ladies, we don't like to admit that.
That's true.
Well, you know that sex thing.
That's true.
We got to add it. And I actually asked the Lord, and I actually wrote it down. And to my surprise, I heard a still voice say, "Go back home," and it's in the book. And I moved back to New Orleans, and my testimony is, I always tell myself this, and I have to be honest with you, ladies. I always say, if I did not listen to that little still voice, then I'd be still stuck in my mess. And I thought my husband was in Maryland, but actually he was in New Orleans. So I met my husband the day I moved back.
The day you moved back.
I met my husband.
How did you know that this was the man, though?
Because I knew what I asked God for.
Okay.
And the first thing I told God was he had to have a truck. Cause see, I figured if a man had a truck, girl, he can what? Move some stuff. Move some stuff, you know?
Oh, man.
So I said he had to have a truck. And so it's funny because when I met him, you know, you just question yourself like, you know, is this the one, this the one? But I can tell you, I was supposed to move back in June of 2012. Instead, I moved back in March.
Okay.
So I met him at a gas station.
In his truck.
In his truck. Met him in March. Married him in May.
Come on.
And we've been together going on now 6 years as
Amen.
of next month. So the more of my story is when you obey God and you truly obey him, he will bring what he promised you to pass.
All right. And on that note, because the producer is sending me little nasty notes, it is time for us to wrap up. Already. So I want to thank so much. This has been such a fun show. Thank you to Miss Chirstine Penn for coming all the way over from from a few blocks away. Yeah. Remember, girls, stop tripping. Go to Amazon.
Amazon.com.
Is it available at Community Book Center? Okay, we need to get you over there.
All right.
Okay, so we need. All right, so go to Amazon.com. Go to
ChristinePenn.com.
ChristinePenn.com, and go to Facebook to find Girl Stop Tripping. And when is Girl Get Right coming out?
It's coming out next year, hopefully in 2019.
Okay, in 2019. So be looking for that. And now for Miss Ashante Halsey, who's all the way here from Germany. Make sure you go and support her as well. naturalforyouToLove.com, and that's LUV.com. So there's Christine's information. Let's go ahead and throw Ashante's information up. There we go. naturalforyouToLove.com. Thank you so much to both of you for being a part of this show. I really enjoyed it. This was a great show.
It really was.
Yeah, and
thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity.
No,
Yeah,
thank you.
so much.
All right, everybody, y'all have a wonderful week. Next week, we're going to the movie industry. We're going to have two really great guests from the movie industry who are going to be here to talk about getting into movies, putting your stories into a film, and then your film into a book. We're going to talk about all of that. So make sure you join us next week right here on Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. Thank you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
That was awesome.
Yes, thank you.